Okay, once again, there's several steps to perform on this. Okay, the first step is to isolate the absolute value expression completely. Okay, so that means the entire expression written inside absolute values you want to get alone on one side of the equation. So you're going to undo all the order of operations. So we'll add 20 to both sides here. And then continue to isolate this by dividing both sides by 2. Okay, once you get your absolute value expression completely alone on one side of the equation, what you're then going to do is split this equation into 2 separate equations. And the way that you're going to split those is you're always going to start with the exact expression that's inside your absolute value symbols in both sides, both of the parts that you split. On one side, you're going to set it equal to exactly what's given, 13. The other side, you're going to set it equal to the opposite of what's given. And now, here's a good place to run a check. Okay. What do you know about absolute value expressions? They can never be what? Negative. So, if you have an expression in this form right here that's set equal to a negative number, right away you can stop what you're doing and write no solution. And what if it's equal to 0? How many solutions would you have? 1. And what if it's equal to some positive number? You'll have 2 solutions. Okay, so right at that point you can check to see whether you have 1, 2, or 0 solutions. No matter what number you have, or if you have 1 or 2 solutions, you simply solve the resulting equation. Again, right now it's probably just going to be linear equations, possibly the rational form. But as we get further into this chapter, it might be, it could have radicals inside. It could have the quadratic form as well. So however the expression plays out here, you're going to solve each one. So in this case, it's a linear form, so we just isolate the variable. So if we add 11 to both sides, we get our solution here, -2, divide by 3. So here's one possible answer, -2/3. Here again, add 11 to both sides. And this time when we divide by 3, we get our other possible solution of 8. So those are the 2 different solutions. Again, with the rational form as well, it's a good idea to always check your solutions. For the most part, if you're dealing with a linear form, you don't really need to check the solutions on this. For rationals, you check the domain restrictions. But it's a good idea to get into the habit of these as well. It is possible for you to come up with answers that are extraneous solutions as well. All right, I want you to try this one just really quickly. All right, if you look to isolate this absolute value expression, only thing you need to do is divide by -3, giving you 2x minus 7 is equal to -4. Well, what do you know right here? Okay, absolute value cannot equal a negative number. So right now you know this is going to be a no solution. Now if you solved for this, okay, you could still come up with numbers. You would have to plug them back into the original form, and you should see that it's not going to work. Okay, so you should, even if you continued this process, you split it, solved each one. Once you check your solutions, it's not going to fit back into the original form. So you should find them as extraneous anyway. It is possible when you're dealing with some of the other quadratic forms that one solution does work and one doesn't, or again, any combination of solutions may or may not work. So you do want to test each of them.